My name is LaChan, Psychic Love Coach, and in this video, we're going to talk about the many faces of the narcissist.
Oh baby, when you're near, my heart is trembling. How we gon' get it on? I am anticipating. There's something about you so attractive. One thing's for sure, you got me reacting.
The many faces of a narcissist. This shit's crazy, you guys. Okay, so the narcissist, it's not that they have identity dissociative disorder, or what is it? Dissociative identity disorder, DID, multiple personalities. No, they don't have that. They just have these different fake faces that they show to different people. For example, one of my exes, he, behind closed doors, was a sociopath, abusive person. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have the perfect example. Here we go. So these people, they like to show different faces to different people, right? So, perfect example that I just thought about. My ex, Dracula, okay? And I keep saying, okay, I know. Don't say nothing about the name, you guys. Don't judge me, all right? I didn't know no better, okay? I was young. I didn't mean to date somebody named Dracula. So my ex-boyfriend, Dracula, this person, he was very, very verbally, emotionally abusive. And one day I was in the car with one of my friends, and Dracula calls me, and I pick up and he starts talking. And then I say, oh, my friend Jen is in the car. And he's like, oh, so somebody's in the car. Oh, so am I on speakerphone? Yeah, you're on speakerphone. Oh, so I can't get crazy with you? And I'm like, no, somebody's in the car with me. He's like, oh, well, I'll call you back. I can't get crazy with you. I'll call you back. And my friend was like, that's interesting that he said that. Like how his attitude just changed once he found out that I was in the car. Because first he came on the phone really angry and hostile. Then when he found out that I was in the car, then he started laughing and he totally changed. And so it's funny that he just changed his attitude once he found out that I was in the car. And then he said, oh, I can't get crazy with you. Like it's something that he can turn on and off. Weird, right? So this person, behind closed doors, he was very verbally, emotionally, spiritually, very, very abusive. All right, very, very abusive. However, around people that, he wanted to look good for, around the people that he wanted to be liked by, he would be so kind, so pleasant, just like a normal, everyday, pleasant, normal person. And that's the scary thing about these sociopaths and about these narcissists, because if you don't know them on an intimate level, you're going to think that they are just a normal, kind person because they come across in a way where they want to be liked. They want to be liked. So they're going to put forward this mask that makes them likable. I have an extreme example of this with my ex. What am I calling him? Dan. My ex, Dan. I have an extreme example of this, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But they really want to be liked. So they tend to be very, very kind and very, very nice around certain people, right? But it's the ones that know them the best. It's the ones that are the most intimate with them, whether it be, sexually, family-wise, personally, whatever. It's the ones that are the most intimate with them, the ones that spend the most time behind closed doors with them, who know who they really are. Because in the world, in our world, they're going to show a happy face and they're going to be a chameleon. They're a chameleon. They're going to pretend to be one of us. And when I say one of us, I mean someone who doesn't have a cluster B personality disorder. I mean someone who's not narcissistic, sociopathic, antisocial, personality disorder. Those of us who don't have that. So they try to pretend, and come across like they are these normal people. So you'll often find too that these narcissists will have this fan club. They'll only show their best face towards these people. So these people end up thinking that, oh, the narcissist is so nice. The narcissist is so kind. They're such a good friend. They're so giving. They're so awesome. They're so cool. Narcissists are very easily able to have these surface level friendships These friendships that don't go any deeper than surface level, you know, they're very shallow friendships, because they're going to show themselves as a certain way. They're going to make themselves seem like these great people. A lot of the time they like to do nice things for people, give nice things to people, you know, act, you know, be very kind and giving, because it helps to manipulate others into thinking that they are, you know, nicer people than they really are. Oh, another example of this is that same ex-Dracula. I remember one time we were in his car and there was a homeless woman on the street. And what he said was, oh, here, let me give you my phone, video record this and give like some commentary. I'm gonna go buy this woman some food. Go ahead and videotape it. So me not realizing what was going on, because I didn't really know the rules of a narcissist, he goes in, he buys this woman food from 7-Eleven, then he goes out and gives it to her, and I'm video recording, and I'm like, oh, that's such a really nice thing for him to do. That's great. So then he puts this video on his Facebook. And, you know, after a while, I realized, wait a minute, he just put this video on Facebook so people can think that he's a good person. People don't really do that. You know, I mean, I've never met anybody who wanted to go out of their way to give something to someone who had less, and they made a specific request for you to videotape it and give commentary so they can put it on their Facebook. So as you can see, the only reason why he did that is so he can put that up on his Facebook, and so other people can think that he's a good person, and so other people cannot see the true demon that was lying underneath. So they like to wear these many faces. My ex-boyfriend, who I'm calling Dan, now this guy was a very scary one. This guy was very scary, because he came across so nice, so kind, so friendly, and he had this really like weird persona that at the time I was young, I didn't know no better, I didn't pick up on it, but some of my, you know, other people that I knew did. And they were saying, something's wrong with that guy. He's just too nice. He's just too nice. Because one time, it's like I was standing in the parking lot of my apartment building with him and my neighbor, and a phone call came in to my ex-boyfriend, and he just keeps saying to my neighbor, oh, I'm sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I got this call. I'm so sorry. My friend's like, dude, it's cool. It's chill. Like, don't worry about it. Anyway, and he tried to talk to me, and my ex was just like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, my friend. I'm so sorry. And my friend's just like, dude, like, chill out. It's not that big of a deal. You know, and I guess he went home and told his girlfriend, like, something's off about that guy. But it's like, we'll go to restaurants, and when we have servers come over, this guy Dan is like, oh my God, thank you, my friend. Oh, thank you, you're so kind. Oh, thank you. Let me give you a $50 tip on a $20 bill. Oh, you're so kind. We would go through drive-thrus. And it's funny because he didn't always do this. But it wasn't until that devaluation stage that I talked about, actually my love bombing video. Go ahead and check that one out if you haven't seen it. So it wasn't until the devaluation stage where, like, we would go through a drive-thru, and if there's a young, pretty girl at the drive-thru, he would tip the girl at the drive-thru. I don't know about you guys, but I've never tipped. I mean, unless I have a tip jar out, it's not very common to tip people at drive-thrus. I mean, I've never really like done that. It's not, maybe some people do, I don't know. But he didn't do that, and then all of a sudden, we go through these drive-thrus, and he wants to start calling the girl at the drive-thru. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Oh, thank you. Let me give you a tip, right? It's a devaluation thing. So they try to be like so above and beyond nice and kind and have this persona. And he even did this around his friends, which I found disgusting, because this man has this whole group of friends that think that he's this certain way. But they don't know that underneath he's really an abusive, disgusting pedophile, which is why we weren't together, which is why I had to leave. You know, it's like, it's so terrible. Like, this person that I was dating, we would go across the street to his neighbor's house where there were young children. And his neighbors just thought he was so nice and so kind because of the way that he presented himself, when underneath he's really thinking about victimizing their children. So when people come across and they have this overly nice attitude, overly kind attitude, you know, that's unusual. Just be mindful, be watchful, because that could be covering up the disgusting being that's underneath. You know, it's like this ex came across like he was such a nice person, such a kind person. Oh, thank you, my friend. Oh, let me give you a tip. Oh, let me be so kind. And at the time, because I didn't really understand, I noticed and I said to him, you know, I feel like your kindness is your strength, because by using your kindness, you're able to, and I mean, I guess what I was trying to say is work people. I don't know what I said at the time, but it's like using your kindness, you're able to work people. But really, that was a manipulation, because the narcissist and sociopath will wear many different faces. So in public, he was so kind, so kind, so nice, so giving. But in reality, underneath, he was very verbally abusive. He would talk crap about everybody who he was around, about all these people who were his friends that he was so nice and kind to. He would talk crap about them, about his family members. You know, he would talk crap about them. And really, he was a pedophile underneath. You know, so it's like they present themselves one way when really they're a totally different person. So the narcissist will be nice and kind and present himself to you depending on what it is that he wants and what it is that he needs. If he wants something from you, he's going to present himself in the best light so he can get what it is that he wants from you. But once he gets it, it's a whole different story. All right, so be mindful, be careful of these individuals who have this overly nice persona, or who you see have these different personas in front of different people. They're chameleons, and they will act however they need to act to get what it is that they want to get in any given moment. Again, just be careful. Look out for these people crossing the sociopath. Thumbs up and like this video if you found it helpful, if you found it useful. Comment if you have experienced anything like this, or if you know of anyone who has experienced anything like this. Also, share these videos, because you never know what somebody else can be going through. You never know what your friend could be going through. You never know what your classmate from middle school is going through behind closed doors. You never know who needs to hear this message and who you can help by sharing these messages, by sharing this insight. And subscribe to my channel. If you are new, subscribe to my channel if you are returning and you haven't subscribed already. And also make sure to check out your psychic love readings as well. Check out the other videos in Crossing the Sociopath as well for more information. More videos are coming weekly, of course. Sending you love and light, and I can't wait to see you here soon. Bye for now.